She got labeled advanced and dropped out. She got labeled advanced and he dropped out of school, did what he felt he had to, became a star mathematician, a genius in the kitchen, studied how different greens and whites would help with his addition, a financial advisor for women, pimping and flipping. Now my man fights his tears inside of a prison. Pause. Forget it. Just play track, black boy, or football, or basketball, or just ball, black boy. Rob, steal, fail, get money, get girls, and go to jail. You do the same, black girl. Read Cosmo, People, Vibe, and Vixen. Try all your life to find the place that you fit into. You see, I represent broken histories, missing text from textbooks, kinesthetic learners that don't test good, products of society, 24 hours of good, clean sobriety, and a language that I play with because mine was taken, and a country that shuns me, and I have so much stake in it. A people who are a direct result of an action taken, and a people who fear those people, so they've created laws to evade and contain them inside of lines, paths, roads, circles, and tracks. My name is Tish Jones, and I've been called here to represent the missing piece.
All right!
It's online, look it up. Alright, this next piece, so I do a lot of hip-hop education in the Twin Cities, and this next piece is titled Hip Hop's Rebuttal. I was born beneath the ashes of my barren home, in a bleak repeat of a time quite like before's when shores were breached and high tides of genocide took shape in different forms. I am a culmination of many scores spent in servitude and silence inside this great nation. A product of natural selection, I have been surviving in the heart of the hungry, the humble, the pure. I first became pleasant, a sweet perfume masking the stench of poverty and smile, an aroma she could not pierce no matter what she pushed. I became powerful at the party, even reclaimed the park. She took the presidency, I took the people, and we parlayed our way through syringes with needles piercing vinyl instead of our skin. That was my first win, when records spun. I remembered fun, channeled where I come from. You see, I have made revolutions around this world like the sun, and my roots have yet to become undone, only transformed the way I move. I began to count the groove too short, extended it to break free of capitalism's tight grip, found freedom in the kick, rock steady with quick steps and pulled everybody in, then came my voice, first in free verse. Scriptless genius over the beat, toasting and boasting about where I've been. I then moved to the cipher to move the dancer, started to decipher all these institutions as a poor people's cancer. Modern hieroglyphic writer, I started bombing banners. Manners aside, I was demanding answers, went from street corner banter to being slandered, made my debut on television as the voice of inner city youth, gave them choice, something they had never tasted, a breath never taken. I allowed them an outlet and they gave me life. Igniting a burning Bronx atop cardboard, beatboxing their way through bringing a burdened demographic, captured a time in rhyme, narrated their life having been robbed of their stories forever. You see, we came up together in Coogee sweaters, or even better, boomboxes nuzzled in between our necks and our collarbones. Herringbone chains turned into bling somewhere along the way, but pre that we wore door knockers. Sported a Gumby, and I was comfy in my skin. My kin akin by journey. Thinking back to way back then, I was public enemy number one. A thriving opposition to the powers that be still. Do you remember me? I mean, I made you hip. I helped you out when your daddy dipped. When your mom had that coke habit, she could hardly kick. When Too Short split, returned, and Jigga mimicked it. I helped you swallow government cheese and death spreading through the heart of your city like a deadly disease. Crooked police, life on the streets, in the pen with neglect. And yet some say, me, am no longer legit. Say I've lost my niche, got rich and only think about exploitation of my own. And they forget I was bred, fed. This foreign substance came to me. I am only recalling history, no mystery how I had to eat through disparities. I took what this system handed me merrily and made my way. I had no choice outside myself, so remember me. I was poor and out of place, banned when all I wanted to do was jam. And so instead of being complacent, I spoke on my situation and I got big. Blew up, outgrew the crib, went international, started making hits, and that's when, true to patterns past, they decided they needed to rope me in quick. Pin me against myself. Divide the culture, provide for vultures, package me, sell me only my derogatory imagery, limit me but give me airplay, only take the activists away, bury me underground so they say I don't exist, that I've switched, that I stand behind middle fingers instead of raised fists, that I'm dead, but little do they know I was there when Sean Bell was shot, Obama was elected, Bush bogarted the ballots, our bayou was abandoned, the bricks of Cabrini barreled to the ground, that bullet took your boy, those kids began to smile through the burden of being black, holding them together. just like before, filling them with butterflies that keep their spirits afloat. I am here, rebuilding them through every bar, giving them voice, freeing their inner master of circumstance. Come see me. I am not commercial. There are no commercial breaks. This is an expressway being built through your borough. This is 94 in St. Paul. Whites buying up brown property, redlining. This is a bar, breaking the barricades that incarcerate my genes. I mean, I do suffer, but I live. I live in the jazzy blues of every new tune, in the survival scripted in the cheeks of our children, in the music made for movement since 1973 when I was given my name. I will remain hip-hop.
All right.
All right. Come on. Give it up for it. Hey, Tish, hold on for a second. Can you real quick, tell young people or the young people out there who's listening how you got your start? Because I remember you back in the day. Well, that ain't too back in the day. At Blue Now, but you had short hair. You was rocking a short afro then, but now you got the beautiful locks. And can you tell young people how you start your creative process, how you develop that piece? Because that's magnificent what you just dropped.
Thank you, sir. It's a personification piece, right? So personification is where you take an inanimate object, an object that is not alive, either a tangible thing that you can touch, feel, or see, or a concept or idea, and you give it human characteristics, right? So I was thinking about hip-hop as if hip-hop were a living, breathing entity, and what would hip-hop say to everybody that it wanted to speak to? You know, what is hip-hop's story, its history, where does it come from, how does it feel about this whole hip-hop is dead situation, you know? So just played around with hip-hop's personality, hip-hop's narrative.
Because, like, you're not a slur poet, are you? You just